once set me up on a blind date, and she didn't tell me it was through the site Short Passions, and now she has one less friend. Upon arriving at the bar, Igor Percelli had a little explosive reaction. See, he thought Short Passions was for people who finished quick. Guess I dodged that bullet. In a personal Instagram correspondence with legend and icon Allie Knighton on December 25th, 2019, she states, "It's hard being hot and disabled, but someone has to do it. Being single and disabled make my life way harder than it needs to be. I'm trying to focus on graduating, but the Tinder messages asking me if my small hands make other things look bigger is really starting to mess with me. And I'm not alone. The 2018 U.S. Disability Census reports 13.2% of Americans have a disability, with 36.9% having never been married or been in a serious relationship. A flare on February 14th, 2019 couples these depressing statistics with concerns of consent and safety being even more crucial to consider, leading us to examine how the disability population is affected by the current dating world. So causes, effects, and solutions. To the Tinder guy who told me he was going to make me his personal sex doll. Welcome to your speech, Brad. So I'm not desperate, I swear. But as Pop Sugar states on September 10th, 2018, there is no training manual for dating with a disability. So after several terrifying and gross encounters, I am very careful and have very high standards. Ironic. I know. Just like my views on our current political situation, there are two extreme ends of the spectrum for what dating with a disability is faced with: extreme disinterest and intense interest. First, some people see us as undateable. The University of East London adds on June 26, 2018, dating with a disability can suggest social stigma, anxiety, and the potential burden for having to care for disabled partners. Sarah Kim, writing for the Daily Beast on April 10, 2018, describes how she met a man online and did not immediately disclose her disability of being in a wheelchair to him. And after revealing her Victoria's Secret, he accused Sarah of catfishing. Okay, so her name actually isn't Victoria. Take this UCI confession number 139 from the UCI Confessions page on Facebook. I watch midget porn. A lot. But I would never actually hook up with one. These sorts of comments remind us, I would be a great porn star. Why aren't you clapping? Second, intense interest manifests in the forms of devotees. The 2020 Push Living breaks down the idea of devotees as those who are sexually attracted to those with disabilities. But most of them are broke, so how am I supposed to get any sugar from my bank? Disabilities are their sexual preference, and we don't all vibe with that. Conversely, the Medium on September 13th, 2018 asks, why does it have to be messed up to think disabilities are beautiful? Arguing devotees see disabilities as part of the package that is you, and I sure hope they're ready. Because my package is filled with crippling self-doubt and existentialism. The San Antonio Current explains on May 21st, 2019, and savagely summarizes the concern of devotees as your relative helplessness may attract the attention of a predator. So, because of my relative helplessness, I guess you guys will just have to vote for me. Alright, so dating able-bodied men doesn't always work, but neither does dating men with disabilities. After rejecting one man with dwarfism on June 11th, 2019, he responded to me with this message. Hey, bitch. I hope you're ready because me and my friends are going to take you out because you're just a shy little whore. Fun fact, Shy Little Whore was my high school wrestling nickname. I'm telling you guys, porn star material, and this message created two personal effects: pepper spray and a taser. But also decreased self-confidence and an unequal level of power. First, stemming from extreme disinterest comes a decreased self-confidence. The Mighty on July 3rd, 2019 explains this as a situation, as a question of desirability, after facing numerous rejections and invasive questions about disabled sexual intimacy and abilities. As for myself, I'm not going to say much. Besides the fact that I'm small, I can get into those hard-to-reach places. Meanwhile, Igor should be more concerned about his 3-minute performance. At least I'm in time. CNN on December 5th, 2018 states that rejection stimulates the same part of the brain that handles physical pain, which explains why my forehead is so big, to hold all the pain. And this feeling is only exponentially increased for those who face rejection at higher rates. Next, intense interest can lead to unequal levels of power. And I mean, if you guys are into that, you do you. But as a disabled woman, I'm terrified. Okay, and a little aroused. I have to unpack that later. USA validates this terror on May 7th, 2019, explaining how individuals with disabilities face disproportionate higher rates of sexual violence and abuse, alongside economic disadvantages. And this can inadvertently make us more dependent on able-bodied individuals and strips us of our power. And look, I love stripping. My clothes, not my power. People with disabilities have to constantly be on the lookout for suspicious situations at... Did you guys see that? Waldo's been stalking me for months, but I can never find him. He's a power sub devotee. You know how some people start their sentences with, I don't mean to be offensive, but, well, I do. Stop being fucking weird. My personal experience with this one occurred in the writing center where I work, and I had a client ask me if people assumed if I was tighter down there. I told him if he was smart with me like that again, that I would fist him and ask him to compare. Moral of the story? He failed English because God's timing is always right. Solutions! We have to share the responsibility and weigh your options. First, stop putting all the responsibility on us. Stop expecting us to go out of our comfort zones, for us to educate you, and for me to give myself an orgasm. Just because it's my lived experience does not mean it's my sole job to educate. The Rebellious magazine for women states on March 20th, 2018 that this emotional labor is expected of us. But in reality, it is our decision to decide what we do and don't do. I go through enough emotional trauma watching BoJack Horseman. I don't need more of it. Rooted in Rights on April 15th, 2018 urges, our partners need to put in the work to unlearn stereotypes about the disability community and empathize. When someone posted my Tinder picture online with the caption "Smash or Pass," it was my responsibility to stalk him, find his job and email HR, and get him fired. It was emotionally draining and no one else stepped up to help. But finally, to lighten the mood in the moment we've all been waiting for, who would like to date me? If you're interested, you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. But really, guys, open up your options and date us. Disability Horizons on December 14th, 2018 lists 5 reasons to consider dating someone with a disability as great communication, adventure, meeting new people, finding more out about yourself, and the freebies of free parking spaces. Okay, so you guys can scratch that last one off because I am not cheap. I've been eyeing these child-sized Gucci shoes for weeks. I love Gucci. And you know what else I love? Sunrise Medical on March 5th, 2019 affirms, people with disabilities can and do have normal relationships, just like the rest of us. And just because our needs may look different from everyone else's, this should never stop us from finding our soulmates. Or sugar daddies. How do you think I'm gonna get the shoes? So today, after examining the causes, effects, and solutions to disability dating, we can understand how to be better allies in terms of what to do and what not to do. And listen, I'm not saying you should feel pressure to date someone with a disability, but just keep us an option, just like everyone else. But if you do feel a need to help out, you can see me after the round for my number. Just because Igor and I didn't work out doesn't mean we can't.